Sir John Edward Lennard-Jones, KBE, FRS, was a mathematician who was a professor of theoretical physics at University of Bristol, and then of theoretical science at the University of Cambridge. He may be regarded as the initiator of modern computational chemistry. Career. Lennard-Jones is well known among scientists for his work on molecular structure, valency and intermolecular forces. Much research of these topics over several decades grew from a paper he published in 1929. His theories of liquids and of surface catalysis also remain influential. He wrote few, albeit influential, papers. His main interest was of atomic and molecular structure, especially the forces between atomic particles. The nature of chemical bonds and such basic matters is why water expands when it freezes. Holding the first chair of theoretical chemistry in the United Kingdom, he established a research school applying to phenomena in physics and organic chemistry new concepts of quantum mechanics and the interactions of subatomic particles. The department attracted many notable scientists and mathematicians, including S.F. Boys, C.A. Coulson, G.G. Hall, Hurley, and J. Popple. Atoms of a noble gas interact via a potential in which an attracting van der Waals force balances a repelling force which results from overlapping electron orbits. A well-known approximation to this potential is the so-called Lennard-Jones potential, a description of the potential energy as a function of the separation of the atoms. Also named after him, the Lennard-Jones Laboratory houses the School of Chemistry and Physics at Keele University. The Royal Society of Chemistry awards a Lennard-Jones Medal and hosts the Lennard-Jones Lecture each year. Keele University holds a collection of Lennard-Jones's published work, as well as a laboratory named in his honor. Professor C.A. Coulson's collected lecture notes from 1928 to 1932, held in the University of Cambridge Library, record Lennard-Jones's lectures. Coulson wrote, "I suspect that these are the first lectures on theoretical chemistry that had been given in Britain." Lennard-Jones's private papers are held at Churchill Archives Centre, in Cambridge. John Edward Jones married Kathleen Lennard in 1926, adding his new wife's surname to his own to become Lennard-Jones. They had 2 children, John and Mary. Summary of key biographical dates: 1894, born in Lee, Lancashire, as John Edward Jones, and educated at Lee Grammar School where he specialised in classics. 1912, studied mathematics as an undergraduate at the University of Manchester. 1915–18, First World War service in the Royal Flying Corps. 1919–22, studies for Doctor of Science degree and lectures in mathematics at Manchester University. 1922, receives Doctor of Science degree at Manchester. 1922–4, research student with the senior 1851 exhibition at Trinity College, Cambridge, supervised by Ralph H. Fowler. Sidney Chapman, then Professor of Mathematics at Manchester, had been a lecturer at Trinity in 1914, and advised Jones to apply there. 1924, receives Doctor of Science degree at Cambridge. Proposes a semi-empirical interatomic force law. 1925, marries Kathleen Lennard, adding his wife's surname to his own to become Lennard-Jones. 1925–32, Professor of Theoretical Physics, University of Bristol. 1929, paper introduces the linear combination of atomic orbitals approximation for molecular orbitals. 1929, brings to Bristol Gerhard Hertzberg to study spectra of di- and polyatomic molecules. 1930–2, Dean of the Faculty of Science, University of Bristol. 1931, paper introduces method for the atomic self-consistent field equations. Proposes the Lennard-Jones potential. 1932–53, John Humphrey Plummer, Professor of Theoretical Chemistry, University of Cambridge. Founded the Theoretical Chemistry section of Cambridge University Chemical Laboratory. 1934, paper applies group theory to explain energies and structures of hydrocarbon-free radicals. 1933 elected a Fellow of the Royal Society. 1934 graduate student Charles Coulson completes Ph.D. 1937 paper on conjugated hydrocarbons. 1937 first director of University of Cambridge Mathematical Laboratory with Maurice Wilkes as researcher. 1939 at outbreak of war, seconded as Chief Superintendent of Armament Research to the Ministry of Supply, which took over the Mathematical Laboratory for ballistics calculations. Developed a team of mathematicians for this purpose. 1942–5 Director General of Scientific Research, Ministry of Supply. 1942–7 Member of the Advisory Council of the Department of Scientific and Industrial Research. 1946 Knighted, returns to Cambridge. 1947–53 Chairman of the Scientific Advisory Council at the Ministry of Supply. 1948–50 President of the Faraday Society. 1949 paper justifies use of diatomic orbitals only for valence electrons by showing the determinant Hull wave function to be invariant under unitary transformations that could accurately transform molecular orbitals into localized equivalent orbitals. 1950 paper completely defines molecular orbitals as eigenfunctions of the SCF Hamiltonian. 1951 graduate student John Popple completes Ph.D. 1953 awarded Royal Society's Davy Medal for work applying quantum mechanics to the theory of valency and analysis of the structure of chemical compounds. 1953 succeeds Alexander Lindsay as Principal of the University College of North Staffordshire. Corresponds with Linus Pauling about the need in England for more universities and institutes of technology. 1954 Honorary Doctorate of Science, the University of Oxford. Dies in Stoke-on-Trent, aged 60. Awards and honours. The Lennard-Jones Centre is named in his honour.